Hi, it's Elizabeth again. I have the easy part compared to Rachel because there's not as much that you can do in terms of fixing a cochlear implant at home. Let's talk about the Kanso processor first. Make sure you turn it on. It's just that quick button press, and you should see the light flashing. Once the light is on the child's head, that should turn into the green flickering light. If you're not seeing that, if you're seeing a slow blinking light, as you're seeing right now, that's telling you that there is actually something wrong with the processor. And at that point, you're just going to need to let either Rachel or me know that we need to get you a replacement processor. If you see a quick flashing light, about double the time of this flashing, that's telling you that you have dead batteries. And in that case, you're going to want to open up the Kanso, remove the batteries, and put new ones in. The batteries just quickly pop out like that. It's kind of hard to do it in gloves, but get new batteries, take the seal off of the brand new battery. Rachel already told you how to tell if it's a good battery or not, and then just go ahead and put the new batteries in and close the cover of the Kanso. Okay, and that should take care of any battery issue for you. And as I said before, any other issue, this slow flashing orange light or a solid orange light, if it's on the child's head and is doing that, then there's something wrong. If it's not on the child's head, that's what it's supposed to do because it knows that it's not coming into contact with the internal device. But once you put it on the child's head, if you're not seeing a green flash, then there is something wrong with the processor. For the Nucleus 7, it's a little bit easier to tell. And there are more things that you can do. So I'm going to put this battery on. Okay, so you're seeing a slow orange flash. Imagine that about double the time of blinking, and that would tell you that the batteries are bad for your child's processor, and you'd want to either take a new rechargeable battery off the charger or put in new disposable batteries. The batteries just twist off and on like that. This is a rechargeable battery, and here is a disposable battery. And for like grandparents or caregivers, you can tell a disposable battery cover because it has holes in it, and that's to let the zinc air battery have access to air. They won't work without constant air. The disposable batteries the rechargeable batteries are smooth all the way around as compared to the disposable battery cover. If you need to change disposable batteries, you have to get the lip of this top and pull, and it is not easy, and it's really not easy in gloves. If you're using disposable batteries, you're just going to pull out this little metal battery rack from the battery cover and just take your batteries out. It's really easy. You can just kind of use the cable coil magnet to pull those batteries out. Well, or just use your fingers. Might be easier. Then put fresh batteries in with the plus side up and insert this back into the battery cover. It can only go one way. If you try to insert it, the wrong way, it will not fit. So we'll push that. One thing I do want to show you, I happen to know that this is not working as it should. I wanted to show you an example of that solid orange light. Of course, now it's working fine. There we go. There's a solid orange light. So if you see that, whether it's on your child's head or not, then that's telling you that there's something wrong. It's not a battery problem. There's something else wrong. So if you see that light, or if you see this slow blinking orange light when it is on your child's head, then that's telling you that there's something wrong, but it isn't batteries. That's a faster blinking light. So what to do if you see this? You really pretty much the only thing that you can do is change your cable coil. And when your child received his cochlear implant or her cochlear implant systems, she received a spare cable coil for each ear. And you are entitled to always have 2 per ear as long as you're under warranty. So if you don't, let Rachel or me know so that we can get one for you. But to change the cable coil, you just pull it out, grab the new one, and push it on. You may have to change your magnet, and that's just a quick turn counterclockwise to take it out of the old coil. Let's pretend this is a new one. You're going to want to turn it clockwise. And again, this is not easy to do with gloves, but turn it clockwise to get it in place. So that's really the only thing that you can do. If changing your cable coil doesn't help, and then what you're going to have to do is let us know. And that means it's a processor issue. If you change out your cable coil and that solves the problem, let us know that too so that we can get you a replacement, or you could call Cochlear yourself if you want and get a replacement. You should always have 1 plus a spare for each ear. If your child has bilateral implants, a pretty easy way to troubleshoot, like if you're seeing a flashing light on one ear and it's green on the other ear, the processor on the other ear is green, then you know everything on that ear is working fine. So you can take the cable coil from that side and put it on the side that's flashing orange. And if that solves your problem, then you know you need to go find your spare cable coil for the ear in question. So that's one nice thing that you can do. Cable coils and batteries are interchangeable. Processors are not. So you can't put a right processor on a left ear and expect it to work. Now, parents and caregivers, one thing I do want to emphasize to you is if you put a processor on, say the child gets up from nap and you're not really sure what ear it goes on, say you put this one on the left ear and you see that slow blinking, try it on the right and see if the green flashes come up, because sometimes if you just have it on the wrong ear, you're going to see that slow blinking. So having a child with both ears implanted is nice in terms of troubleshooting. The only time it gets a little confusing is if you happen to put the processors on the wrong ears. One other thing I wanted to just show you is if you have to change an ear hook. Some of our children use these little hug fits, and some of them use the little snug fits to help keep the processor on. So if you have to get a new one and you're just using a regular ear hook, all you have to do is just pull that ear hook off. They just snap right down. Take your battery off, and then you can snap the hug fit on over the ear hook. And then you're going to want to make sure that this metal part is inside the battery area. And then you just take your battery and turn it again to start the processor working. It's a little bit harder, it takes a little more effort with this metal plate in between the processor and the battery, but you can do it. And then to remove this, you just slide that away and pull it off. And it works just the same way for the snug fit. So I won't demonstrate that.